Hi friends, so today we will be playing around with some scrapbook pieces or leftover scraps, I should say. You'll need some magazine pages, any magazine that you like. We're just going to go through some of the pages, some leftover scraps that you might have from your paper punches or your die cutting. You know, little bits of scrap here and there, and some other scraps. Let's get started, and I'm going to show you how fun this is to put together. Okay, so I thought I would show you how I repurpose my negatives, I guess, from die cutting. I know some of you have probably already seen this type of video, but I thought in case you have not, there's a couple ways that I like to reuse these. And the first way that I really like to reuse them is by harvesting magazine pages. So this one happens to be from, I think, a Daphne's Diary magazine. And then these ones are just from regular magazines. And I really like to look for things that have color, pattern, you know, just bits of color that I can use for this project. So let me just get started and show you what I was thinking. Because I've been doing lots of different die cutting for my project, I have many of these left, and I'm sure as many of you do. Now, you've probably seen me use these before as stencils, actually. So if you think about the idea of having these on a page, you would just use them as stencils, and I think they just look fabulous when you finish, your layering or your creation, and then you have all these different designs that could be your stencils depending on how often you make the same patterns or what you want to use them for. And so I think that works really, really well. But the one I wanted to show you today is just how I like to use a page like for the patterns. So these ones, I actually die cut these out of, oh, it's got Vancouver rock, out of paint chips. So, if I was looking for an image to pop through, I would just place it somewhere on the page and see what I think of that. And I think, something like this would be nice. This type of image is really nice. So you can kind of see how it pops out the portraits there. Then, of course, you've got your little ones that you can back up. These are like different types of leaves that I was die cutting. You've got like another floral there, which I think is also nice. Now I just destroyed that one, but that's okay. There's just so many possibilities. So my favorite ones, I think, are when I have like these types of die cuts. Now, the die cuts that I've used are from various places. If I have anything that I can find, I will link it below, like on Amazon or a shop that I've previously got it from, and I will link those below just for you in case you need it. So something like this, I think, is just beautiful. And if you place it over anything, you can kind of see how beautiful it kind of pops out, and you really can't tell, what it is in the background because you have done that. So I'm trying to see if I want to maybe do let's see what I want to start with. So let's just do something, because otherwise I'm just sort of chatting away and we're not, putting anything together. So I think I like this for these little faces here. And I'm just grabbing my tacky glue, which is my favorite one to use. I will link that below in case you are interested. I find that this glue works well for many reasons. One is I love the top because it sits upside down. And then I also like the fact that it does not warp my paper. And so that just makes it really great to work with. Okay, so I'll leave that there. I'm not cutting it out yet because I'm really going to be using this page as my my takeoff point for adding my different elements. And I really like, kind of like that there as well. So maybe I'll use that there. And so you can kind of, oh, and here, let me just, before I do this, see how I've got a little bit of distress ink already on that. So I was already using this one as a stencil. And so, of course, I could even add it, you know, on that side and have a little bit of that color. So I think I'll do that. I'll leave it on the side that I had already a little bit of that staining. So I hope, my friends, that you are all doing well. I've been trying to keep myself busy and I have so much going on, but sometimes I just want a little break to just kind of glue things down, and it feels like I'm starting something new, right? So I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one, but I think I like that. What do you guys think? It's got like the little bit coming out from the rose. If I do it on this side, ooh, I like that better. I think I'll do it on this side. And then when I cut that off, it'll just be that part there. So let's glue that down. So I was actually watching something recently on TV. I love at night. So before going to bed, this is what happens. If I watch a creative, crafty video, I can't sleep because I feel like I get inspired a lot of the times and then I want to start crafting. And of course, that's not always a good idea. So I try to watch things that, you know, that kind of make me laugh or make me happy. I don't like to go to bed. Ooh, I like these images back here. All right, well, here we go. Okay, so so far we've got this one. I'm going to show you the other ones in a little bit. Anyways, as I was saying, so I was watching, I think it's, yes, I was watching America's Got Talent last night. And I always love that. It just, you know, there's just so much going on in that show. And I just get a good laugh. So last night was a good one. And I was just laughing so hard. I was crying. And my kids were like, "Are you okay, Mom?" And I just had to tell them it was just super funny. Some of the things they said and did. And some of the people that were on it. Oh, there was a couple there from Canada, French Canadian. I thought it was so funny what they did. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to say it, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It was hilarious. I thought so anyways. I don't know, maybe I was just in that mood, you know, that it made me laugh so hard. And now even thinking about it, I think it's just super funny. So, okay, let's continue with this. And you can see I've just gathered a few now. I have quite a lot, if you can see that there. And so, of course, I keep trying to do these to add them as tags or embellishments in my work. And I think it's just nice to repurpose these things because otherwise they would just end up nowhere, you know. Okay, so I'm going to put this one aside for now because I think I want to start showing you these ones, you know, that have all the different sort of pieces here that we can, you know, use as well. So something like this, I probably, you know, would do because I love that. And there's a few letters there that, you know, may or may not work, but maybe I'll go with something smaller. Like if I do that right there, you can't really tell that there's a couch in the background, but it kind of looks like, you know, so I think I'm going to cut this one off a little bit just because I will probably be making this into a tag a little bit later. So anyways, let me know, what shows do you watch, or what is your do you even watch, you know, television or shows before bed? I know some people probably don't, but I find that just really helps me wind down my day and kind of not think about, you know, terrible things that may have happened in the world during the day. And I feel like it just helps me sleep a little bit better. And then, of course, you know, reality the next day. But yeah, let me know what shows you watch, or if you watch anything. Maybe there's some that I haven't seen that might be nice to look at. Okay, so you can see that one there. I kind of like that with a little bit of yellow peeking out. I don't know, do you? I like that. So I'm cutting this one again. So this one's just going to be a short video, my friends. I just thought I would come on. This is something that I do from time to time, and I thought I would just show you. I didn't even cut that straight. It doesn't really matter because I'll definitely be fixing that a little later. But like I said, it's just a nice way to do something different with your negatives. I'm sure you'll find lots of them if you do die cutting like I do. And if you don't have, you know, die cutting, I'm sure you've got some paper punches that that will definitely do the same thing. So you don't need to worry about the fact that you may not have a die cut, you know, die cuts or a machine that does die cutting. Look how beautiful that looks. I know you probably can't envision it, but if you just sort of take away the rest of the page and look at that, it works out really nice, right? Something with letters may not work as nicely because you can kind of see them. And then that definitely looks like a couch. So, yeah, let me just see what else I've pulled out. Maybe a floral. That's kind of nice right there. Do you see that? Can you see the difference in the colors and patterns? So I'll definitely add that one as well. And of course, if you've got more, you know, magazines that are not as colorful, like I know there's so many beautiful antique type magazines and cottages and that sort of thing, then you might get a different look. But I'm sure you could certainly see how this would also look if you decide to make it a little bit more vintage, you know, just with what you add around it and distress it. Okay, so let me just do one more with a different page just so that you can get, again, an idea. Oh, do you see all those beautiful colors there? I like that. I think I'm just going to add that right to the top. And then you can, like I said, it's just these beautiful colors, right? And, oh, look, again, I think I'm going to do that. So yeah, I was using this one as well as my stencil. And because I know that I'll continually be cutting these out with different materials and stuff, I'm not really concerned about, you know, using it up. But again, if you don't have, like I said, the die cuts, then use your paper cutting, your paper punches, your negatives from that. And then it just works so nicely. And you get to reuse magazine pages and repurpose them into something beautiful that you can put in your projects. So I think that's really nice the way that is looking there. All right. Okay, and then this one again is from a paint chip. I find that paint chips work really nice because it's a really nice and thick paper, and it is a little difficult to distress because it's shiny usually on the one side. Oh, look how nice that looks. I love it. And then I think I'm going to try in this one here maybe. See, so when you take all that around, you just see that for the leaves, and I think that's just really, really nice. If you do also have, and I'm sure you do book pages, you could use book pages. I'll show you one that I did before. You do have to watch out for, you know, what it says on the text, because you don't want to end up with highlighting certain words. And I know someone mentioned before that they use either music sheets, which is I think a wonderful idea because it's just music sheets, or cookbooks as well. But I like to use books that maybe are related to nature or you know, botanicals, that sort of thing, and that just works nicely because you do see some words, but it's not something that you know, that's offensive in any way. So okay, so we have that page, and then how will I use this, you say? Let's see. I'm sure I could find a little something. No, I don't really like that. Oh, the heart would be nice with that background there. So let's do the heart. So yeah, I look for like I said, images, magazine pages that have some sort of color like this, for example, the flooring, or you know, these types of backgrounds. The other ones that are great for this project are fashion magazines. Oh, maybe I should have put it up there. I'll try another one. Fashion magazines are wonderful for that because there is just such a difference in the patterns. Like, look at that. You can't even tell that that's like, you know, pants, etc. It's just a nice color, but I don't know if I want that there. Maybe I'd rather see something else. Anyways, you get the idea. Okay, so I really love this one. It was just on the other side of this page, which I should have looked at. And I should have mentioned the magazines I were using were like home decorating magazines. So, or home design, I should say. So I found these two images, which I could actually cut up and use in, in my work. But I thought this is really nice. So you've got that little image that's popping out, and I could, center it so you've got a little bit of that white popping in the other little tags that show through. So this I really, really like, and I think I'm just going to cut that off just a little bit so that I can use this extra little piece as well for something else. But then you have a nice, spot where this is framed. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm mentioning that I love to, to find. And you can use any magazine really that you have. Just go through it, look for colors or images that you like, and then make something new out of it. Okay, so now I'm just going to be cutting some of them out of the pages, and then we'll make something with them so you can kind of see some of the items I like to make with these pieces. And hopefully this inspires you to get creative with your scraps. Okay, so once we've got our pieces, what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut them out so you can see what they look like on their own now without the additional paper around it. Now, I do like to kind of cut around them as much, but sometimes I don't mind leaving a little bit on the sides. I think it just gives it a little bit more character. So you see I've got those there. And then I grab my bags. I have several bags, different sizes of leftover paper bits. And I like to use these because, they're leftover from projects, etc. And so then I'll grab a tag, or, I'll make my own tags. And then you see just the different bits that I have used to put these together. And I think they just turn out really nice, for any project. So of course you can make your own tags with leftover paper bits, etc. And then anything that's no, this one goes here. Anything that's tiny and small that I think I can use in a different project, I try and add it. And then like I'll make things like these little, what are these called? I'm sure you know what these are called. So you can just add dimensions, etc. to your work as well. So I like to save as much scraps as I can and then repurpose them and make something nice out of them. Of course, if I wanted to go ahead and distress this, I could make it very much vintage, but not everybody likes that. So I kind of leave it until I add it to the project that I'm going to be working on. So that is it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe if you like what you see, and don't forget to click on that notification bell so that you know when I have a video coming up. Let me know if you've done this, if you have, or if you're going to. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram and Facebook, and check out my blog as well to see some ideas that I may not have shared in the videos as well. All right, thanks so much for stopping by.